What's going on, my fellow A-Plusers? Welcome back to a brand new episode of A-Plus Morphinominal, or I should say, today's episode of Watch Along, presented by A-Plus Morphinominal. You know, sometimes I get so busy talking about Super Sentai and Power Rangers all day, and sometimes I just think my show is called A-Plus Morphinominal everywhere I walk. I actually was working on a Super Sentai video earlier on today, so that's probably why my head's all over the place. But you are here for Watch Along, guys, and you are here for the Power Rangers movie. That's right, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, was released in 1995. I can't believe I'm revisiting this movie. It's been a few years since I've had the opportunity to go ahead and check this out. The movie, the more current version of Power Rangers is really the one that I've been kind of watching for quite some time. So this should be fun going back to 1995. Goodness, this came out in June of 1995. How old was I was probably 12. I was about to turn 13 later on that year. So I was 12 years old back in 1995 when this movie came out. That's crazy. So that's where, I mean, and goodness, and technically this movie took place, like between season 2 and 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So the craze already had at least settled down, or at least was still up at that point in time. But we were already invested like 3 years or so before this movie wound up dropping. So it was huge. It was huge at the time. I think I did some research on it yesterday, and I found out that the budget was maybe like $13 million, maybe $15 million. It actually wind up making $60 million. So it definitely tripled its budget. Certainly made money, certainly at the box office for certainly what it was at the time. So yeah, it was a successful hit. I mean, if you ask me personally, I remember enjoying it certainly as a kid myself. So yeah, it'll be fun to go ahead and revisit this particular film as we're gonna do the watch along for Power Rangers. So let me tell you guys. So when I did this, and decided on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I was just under the impression that this movie was on Netflix. I just assumed it was on Netflix. I mean, all the other Power Rangers series certainly are, so that's where I tried to find it, and unfortunately, I was not able to. So, luckily for me, though, while I don't have a hard copy of it, I actually ran across the movie on YouTube. The entire movie, it's certainly there, 720 clarity, so decent enough, certainly going to work for me. So I'm going to go ahead and check it out. If you want to follow along with me on the YouTube video, there is a link in the description box, and on the YouTube video, I'm chilling at 33 seconds. Now, the 33-second mark is a completely black screen with just white lettering that says 20th Century Fox. Okay, so on the YouTube video, it's at 33 seconds. Again, the link is in the description box below. I'm at 33 seconds. It's a black screen, and it just says 20th Century Fox. Now, if you're watching it on like Blu-ray or DVD, I'm not sure exactly where that links up for your video. So I would just all suggest that we just chill at the black screen that says 20th Century Fox in white lettering. So let's go ahead and try and do that. Let's see some quick shout outs before we go ahead and click play here. For some people that's in the house, we've got Crystal Cummings certainly joining us. Thank you very much, Crystal. Doomsday certainly in the house. Turbo Studios, what's up, Stuart? Appreciate you coming through. Ray's certainly in here. Thank you very much, Ray. TDP, thank you very much for joining us. We've got Enigma as always. Bacon and Sushi certainly coming through. I was wondering where Stinky was going to be at, and of course, Terminator is certainly in the house. Ray says, did you know that there was going to be a Power Ranger Time Force movie? I had no idea. I mean, look, it wouldn't surprise me, right? We've got Power Rangers. We've got Power Ranger, the Turbo movie, which no, I will not watch along. Or maybe I will do a watch along, and we can just kind of make fun of it together. And then, of course, we've got the current one. But no, I did not know that they were thinking about doing that. I'd never heard of that before, so I don't know the accuracy of that. But definitely let me know where you heard it at, Ray. Enigma says, hi, Adam. I will be the first to say it. The Sega Genesis version of Power Rangers, the movie, was better than the SNES. Okay. TDP says, I've watched this movie so many times. It's what got me into Power Rangers. And JB says what certainly joins us. So if anybody need last-minute stragglers, guys, listen again. While I have started the film, I haven't watched it all the way through. It's literally at the beginning of the movie. So it's the black screen 20th Century Fox lettering, and that's where I'm paused at right now. Because what I was saying was there is a link to the video, the movie, in the description box below. I managed to find it on YouTube. So if you want to watch along there, you certainly can. And on the YouTube video, I'm at least at 33 seconds. So I don't know how that lines up for everybody, but we'll have to do the math later, which I'm terrible at math, okay? I will let you all know today, for some reason, my internet is acting a little bit funky. It's kind of going in and out. So if it drops just a little bit, I do apologize about that. I'm just assuming everybody's home because it is hot as hell out here today in Dallas, Texas. The weather certainly changed. So everybody's probably at home using the internet right now. But all right, let me go ahead and do this, man. Let me go ahead and get my play button ready. And we'll go ahead and get this started. Guys, and if you're in the live chat and you're joining us, man, if you love when we do these watch-alongs, just hit that like button, guys. Give us that thumbs up button. Enigma says, are we going to criticize the Ranger powers that only appeared in the movie? No, I actually really loved it. I mean, hey, you want to go special sometimes for movies like this. For big budget movies. All right, guys, I'm ready to hit this play button here. I'm going to say go. And when I say go ahead and push that button. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we got a opening scroll here. Okay. I think that's a great opening crawl, to be quite honest with you. I think that opening crawl is incredible. Immediately sets it up. You know, if parents are in here like, why am I taking my damn kids to see this movie? What is this movie even about? I don't even know Power Rangers. Great opening crawl. I always thought this was a cool entrance to the Rangers too, though. Lead on, Fly Boys. Of course, Bulk and Skull. Yo, I will say this. The fact that I grew up as a kid watching this movie and the fact that these guys managed to make it on the big screen, just incredible to watch. I never thought I'd see Bulk and Skull in a freaking movie. Yeah, those are kind of important, guys. Yo, this was the dopest entrance. Like, as a kid, like, if you want to see your Power Rangers hit the screen, hit me with a skydiving montage, man. Great music. I have been skydiving once, by the way. It was incredible. Terrifying, but incredible. And, yo, Amy Jo Johnson is at her finest in this movie. And, of course, you got to... Tommy's got to... He's got to show off, right? Tommy's got to show off with his snowboard. Get out of here, Tommy. It's just such a show off, right? Like, why? Yeah, I bet Kimberly's probably in heaven right now with her gymnastics. You know, her gymnastics background. Dude, this is a great entrance. Great way to start a movie. Fuck Tommy. Showing off ass. But yes, I have been skydiving once with my friends Jonathan and Mike. And it was terrifying. But it was fun as can be, man. It was like calm as can be. I was super calm. And then the moment they open the doors of the plane, it's like a freight train. It's like you're in the middle of a hurricane. JV says, when's the last time you watched this movie? I couldn't recall, man. So this was also filmed in New Zealand. Yeah, I think the director was saying that one of the agreements was they couldn't film in the U.S. Yo, for the longest time, for some reason, I always thought that this little kid was the Justin character. Oh, okay, Adam. All right, hitting that bullseye. Turbo Stu says Bulk and Skull are the greatest characters in all of Power Rangers. TDP says nostalgia overload. Most definitely, man. This is gonna hit me because I have not watched this in a minute. TDP says I always loved the Skydive montage as a kid. Me too. Dang. But that adjustment though, Tommy. That adjustment though. Bulk and Skull have not made it. Yo. Bulk and Skull. My God. Yo, I know I said this before, but Amy Jo Johnson, my goodness. Joe Stinky says this movie kind of foreshadowed a Gold Ranger coming to the TV series with Zero. I'll have to pay attention to that. You know, I've never learned how to skateboard, man. I mean, not skateboard, rollerblade, man. I will say this, man. For like the very first Power Ranger movie, especially for it to come out in 1995, I honestly thought this was a really great movie, especially at least for like the television show, right? And it's like just your expectation levels, sort of as a kid back then. Um, Man, I mean, I thought Brian was his name, Brian Spicer, the director. I thought he did a really great job. There's always constant movement. I don't know. I just thought that everybody really handled their roles well for being in a big budget film. Well, maybe not big budget, but bigger budget than what they were working with. You know what I mean? Hungry? Always. What's up, Edward Sanchez? Thank you for joining us, Edward. Ooh, a sewer seal. Bacon and Sushi says construction site where Bulk and Skull land is an actual construction site and real workers. I thought I had heard it was an actual construction site that was empty, and then they filled it with their workers. Um, but yeah, the construction site was definitely real. Instead of having to build that type of set, you know. Ooh, ominous. There's a lot of things being sealed away in Power Rangers, huh? Rita, Ivan. Oh shit. Even the communicator sound is upgraded. Even the communicator sound is upgraded. Man, that command center was a little bit too bright for me. I always kind of like the shadows and some of the dark aspects of the from the show. This is like way too bright. Terminator says this movie foreshadowed the quarry that we get in the New Zealand shoots. Anyway, somebody. Oh, TDP. So Ivan Ooze was sealed away from ancient Power Rangers. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I miss Zed, man. I always liked the design of the pig, little pig sidekick or general, whatever he is, minion. Oh, that was a cool shot of Zed with the reflection on his mask. Rita. No turbo. He is super shiny. They shined him up real nice. Ivan. I always love the neck cracks. I love how Goldar is so pumped. Yeah. Sworn enemy of all that is good and decent. Clearly, he remembers Zordon. He's pissed. I think he's heard of him. Yeah, I think Brian did mention it was filmed in Australia. Did I say New Zealand? I mean, I think it was. I'm pretty sure he said Australia. Teenagers. See, the transports were always cool. I love them in this movie. Why don't we have that anymore? The teleportation. Like, too late, Power Rangers. Come on, you guys have teleportation. You couldn't get there in time? Whoa. He legit just waited for them. Ew, gross. Kimberly. Ew, gross. Mm. Man, Zordon's still using kids after 6,000 years. Yo, Billy, you see Billy's bicep? Billy, what's Billy doing looking all shredded in this movie? Yo, they got him training, man. He got like on that Ben Affleck regimen, man. Oh, yes. This is the one thing that 2017 film lacked. Fighting. Look at that. And you got great civilian fighting, right? You get to see everybody's like individual style, great fight choreography. I'm not the biggest fan of the actual song, but dang, Aisha, okay? Looking Billy out here looking like John Claude Van Damme. Oh, I always love that move by Steve or Rocky. That's gross. Corny line, but I liked it. Yo, look at this constant movement in this fight choreography, and you can clearly see it's them. Oh, Adam making his entrance, dude. Yeah, get it, Kimberly. Yo, listen, I know the suits were like 40 pounds. They said in the when they were doing this that it was like the most uncomfortable thing. But these suits, while I didn't mind the 2017 Power Ranger suits, I honestly didn't mind the suits. Man, I love these damn suits. They were original, like they were the same suits from the show, right? But upgraded to look like actual armor with the fucking padding and stuff. It looked. These suits still hold up, legit, man. You could bring these back in the movie today, and I'd be all for it, honestly. I was just a big fan of the armor. Oh, Ivan's on his way to command center. Sexy Terminator says, shame Jason, Zach, and Trini weren't in the movie. Yeah, and they, I was watching some interviews the other day, and Aisha was legit like, yeah, we were literally shooting for just a couple months, and then the next thing you know, we're like, they telling us we're going to be in a movie. I was like, what? So I was like, that's crazy. So I think they kind of already had in mind the idea that just opportunity, just opportunity. But yeah, it would have been great to have seen Jason, Zach, and Trini in here. Stinky says, "Is your better half into Power Rangers or just Marvel? Just Marvel and DC, really. She does enjoy movies. She did willingly sit down and actually watch 2 episodes of Kira Major with me. Doomsday says, "I love this unmorphed fight scene. I really did too. I really did. It still holds up, man. I just love being able to see the actual actors doing these moves. You know, just great choreography too." JB says, "What says this fight scene was epic? Yeah, it was." And I love the fact that the Power Rangers get their, I don't want to say get their ass handed to them, but they at least get put on the ropes by the end. You know what I mean? But they do show off their skills. Yeah, the handsprings for days. I love it. Yo, Ivan Ooze is pissed. Uh oh. I always love this visually, like the cinematography and stuff for this shot. This is absolutely beautiful. I love like just the movement behind the pillars. Doomsday kiss and make up. Yeah, got a couple fans of that line. Bosch, Bacon Sushi says Bosch did all his stunts the entire movie, even the 40-pound suit. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I'm pretty sure him and Tommy probably tried to do as much of the stuff as they possibly could that they felt comfortable with them doing. Yeah, I I did always love the fact that the eyes on her helmet could turn into headlights. I really don't know why that wasn't utilized in the movie, like in the television show. I'm like, come on, Saban, it can't be that expensive to put some headlights in the freaking helmets. I loved it though. Doomsday says, I love those Ranger shoot suits. Me too. Yo, dude, I love this too for Rocky. I forgot Rocky even had this. He does look like he's squinting in the dark though. Like what? But I mean, listen, you're going into a movie. You gotta do something different, right? You gotta make some significant changes. You gotta show things that you weren't able to do in the tele. I always love this scene, the constant kicks by Kimberly. But yeah, just small little things like that, man. Get people geeked out. Oh, nice. Oh, that was cool. I legit was always a fan of that move. It didn't make any sense gravity wise, but I dug it. Oh, that's a cool effect how they did that. Made the guy explode. That's a cool, just like great editing job. and effects job to be able to do that. Oh, dude, the moves in this movie. Oh, I wasn't the biggest fan of this part, but like, God, I hate that part. I really do. Dang, Billy, you all right? He got tasers? Oh, okay. I thought those were tasers for a second. Billy with the tech. I like it, man. Yo, the Thunder Whip. Come on. Come on, Saban. How do you not take Saban? How do you not take concepts from this movie? Psh, gotta love it. Yo, that power whip. They didn't even use any of their weapons, huh? We don't see like it's like giving them secondary weapons. They're definitely not using their main ones. Oh, that looked rough. I love they gotta do the backflips just to check on the person. You all right? Ram Jam, what's up, Ram Jam? Appreciate you coming through. I just want to get on these damn trampolines like these Power Rangers. I look like they're having so much fun flipping around. Oh, Saba, I forgot he's in this. Yeah. You got to give Saba some shine. Ram Jam says the movie Ranger suits are killer awesome. Wish suits were used in the show. Yeah, that would have been fantastic to bring those over. But yeah, they were way too uncomfortable. I get the idea of wearing spandex for the show. Uh-oh. It's Zordon, man. Go check on Zordon. Ram just says, I find it weird Saba never said a word in the movie, but in the show, Tommy had a partner in Saba. Yeah, I was just going to say, it's a shame that Saba didn't say anything. They didn't talk. It's oozed. Oh, man, he did a number on this place. Terminator says, according to the cast, all the new weapons were owned by Fox, so they couldn't use anything for the movie for the collaboration with Saban. So, I mean, the show itself came on Fox, or at least it came on Fox out here when it did. So I would have thought that maybe there would just be, I guess, better communication. Could be able to use that stuff, but I guess not. Fados. I do love that Kimberly stays around. one-way trip? Damn, and we get an interdimensional. We get a trip out of this movie too. I love the fact. I do love the fact that Kimberly stays with Zordon there. Considering the fact that it's just Kimberly and Billy who are really just the like remaining originals that have been with Zordon since the beginning. Yeah, I can see why it would be Kimberly that would be the most emotional there and stay by his side, and it makes sense for Billy to go with Alpha. But yeah, I do like that. I thought it was a nice touch. Phaedos, huh? Uh oh. The lines in this movie. Oh. This marriage between these two, though. Dude, he trying to take his spot? Psh, man. Hey, that just shows you how powerful Ivan truly is. Man, they didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance, and Bacon and Sushi says Dulcia is so fine. We haven't even gotten till Dulcia, and you guys are like pumped for her. TDP says so. According to Billy, in this movie, Zordon's body is out of time warp. He was trapped in. Oh, interesting. Is out of the time warp he was trapped in. Yeah, that would make sense. Stinky says weird show. Curse and a blessing. Yeah, definitely a curse and a blessing. What's up, Jacob? Appreciate you coming through. He literally just hawked up that loogie to create. Psh, man. Jacob says, I remember when this movie came out, I was a teenager and I went crazy. My all time would be for all the original Rangers to show up in a 5-part series that highlights them and tributes to training. That would be amazing, Jacob. I would perfect. I would personally absolutely love that. Tengu Warriors. JB says, "What kind of glad Catherine did not get the role?" I don't know how I felt about the Tengu Warriors. I kind of dug the design. I mean, I guess I didn't mind them so much, honestly. Yeah, Jacob, I was telling him, I was like, I think I was 12 going on 13 when this movie came out. Um, and yeah, I absolutely loved it back as growing up as a kid. This movie actually really does hold up well so far. Maybe not special effects wise, but it's a pretty simple film, but it's pretty awesome at the same time. They also said I was the when they were talking about when they were making this film. I also heard that and I didn't even consider this, but they were saying, "Holy cow, that's Phaedos." Um, oh, that's so cool! Look, he's got the headgear on and everything. The mic, yo, that's so legit. It's an actual like warrior or something. That's a cool design piece. What I was saying was that the director Brian, he was saying that anytime that you see the Power Rangers together, like clumped up in the group, he said he always purposefully tried to have them in different poses, different like different setups and stuff. So you didn't always see the Rangers in the same pose or in the same formation at all times, right? So a lot of the shots are group shots of them kind of together. So he said he always kind of experimented with moving them around and things like that. And he said that for me, he said he always felt it made a more dynamic looking film. And I definitely agree. Some of the shots and the angles with the whole entire group look great in this movie. Goldar. They might find you a little disgusting. TDP says, I love Ivan Ooze's personality. Dang, he got that factory working already. JB says, what? Damn, I was 3 when this came out. Yeah, I feel old, JB. Trust me. Your heinous highness. Kimberly gotta stop looking so fine in this movie, man. Look at that. We get a moment between Kimberly and Tommy. I love it. Great setting, too. Oh, yeah, that would freak me out, too, to turn around and have this big ass crow on my face. That was a great moment between those two. You immediately can tell, like, yeah, there's something there between those two for sure if you didn't know. I mean, look, she's not even wearing like all pink. She's like, look, I'm gonna wear white so I can look I can match with my man, and I'll just rock the pink shorts. You know, some representation for her. RGD, why can't we see it? Something called copyright infringement. So yeah, that's why I put the timestamp up there, because YouTube will not allow it. Oh, the beak though. I can't lie, that's actually a pretty cool looking stunt, man. The idea of the bird like carrying her away and stuff. I actually kind of like that. Whoa, she's laying on her feet. Yo, Dulcia though. Dang. Oh, her staff makes that noise. That okay, okay. I don't know why, but whenever I looked at this, for some reason, I always picture the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz. That's what always reminded me of. Dude, that staff is legit. Oh, okay, Rocky, calm down. Well, why'd you say that in the first place? Let's go, girl. Man, I love how Dulcia just comes in and just kind of takes charge. Puts Rocky in his place, puts Tommy on her ass. I mean, man, look at that. Um, Power Rangers already setting up strong female characters from back in 1995. Man, poor Alpha. He's freaking out right now. TDP says in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3, the Tengu Warriors were renamed the Tengu Warriors. In Japanese mythology, a Tengu is a yokai, avian humanoid warrior, either depicted with bird-like beak or with a long nose. Oh, interesting. I did not know that, TDP. JB says what? Says she kicked major ass. Turbo Studio says apparently Catherine Sutherland originally auditioned for Dulcia. As nice as it would have been to see Catherine in that outfit, I'm glad she ended up becoming the second Pink Ranger. Said, yeah, somebody did go ahead and mention that. Bacon Sushi even follows up saying, according to Catherine Sutherland, she was going to be Dulcia, but besides be given the second Pink Ranger, the producers didn't think she was sexy enough as Dulcia. I actually heard that somebody else had that maybe. I mean, I'm sure Catherine was probably up for the role, but I think they actually had cast somebody else originally for it. I believe had maybe begun filming, and then actually had replaced the original actor with her, who was actually the director's first choice. So he actually got the actress that he definitely wanted in Dulcia, but and I could see why though. She does have a really great on-screen presence besides looking great. But I just mean I do like the way that she carries herself in this movie. Like she immediately becomes a believable character. The sacred animals of the Ninjetti. I love it. I love it. Terminator says, I will send you $100 to pick your nose on camera. No, man, you're going to have to come with more than that. Ooze. I mean, I can't lie. I think as a parent, I'd be like, what the hell is this? What kind of ooze? What was my son getting into? I probably would have taken a big old grab at it, too. Zombie parents. Oh. Yo, the skirt, though. Whose parent are you? Haha, the viewing globe's up. He's like, yeah, I need to see my news before I go. Zordon needs his news. Yeah, I think if whenever I have kids or if I ever have kids, yeah, we're gonna be watching this movie a lot. I've always loved this scene, man. this whole ninjetti scenes in general, I was always a big fan of from this movie. Oh, I always love their ninja suits, man. I always love their ninja suits. Yo, the costume design for the Rangers is just off the charts in this movie. Yeah, I would totally rock the Black Ranger ninja costume if I were ever cosplay. My name is Adam after all. I thought the animal choices were fantastic. I'm a frog. He said, funny you say that. I was just skydiving earlier with my sweet ass snowboard. Oh yeah, don't step off then. Just stay on that island, please. Wherever you're at, just stay there, Dulcia. Don't ever leave. Dude, the medallions were so sweet. We actually had a medallion like that on my senior yearbook. Ooh, her spirit animal is clearly the owl. Yo, have we ever had? We haven't had an owl Zord before, have we? Give me a brown ranger with an owl Zord. So I did hear TDP. I'm a frog. Stinky says, "Yep," by Johnny. He asked the director if he could say that. Yeah, originally they had Adam just be completely accepting of the fact that he was a frog. They filmed it that way originally, but Adam Johnny did go ahead and make a suggestion like, can I actually like not be cool with my thing? And so they were like, you know what, let's play, let's try that. And so they did it, and they said it actually worked absolutely perfectly. Stinky says if you look closely when Adam says I'm a frog, Dulcia actress was actually trying not to laugh. Yeah, you could definitely tell for sure. Adam in recent years has said that he has warmed up to the idea of being a frog. I think he's definitely come to embrace it. Tango turkeys. Oh, I always love this shot. See Tommy overlooking it. This was always I always just loved I just always felt like the shots and the direction and the camera work were so great. Like this shot here of all of them, man, I think it's just a beautiful shot. I wonder if the idea of Fred in this movie gave Saban the idea to be like, yo, wonder what it would be like to have a Kid Ranger. Like, hey, Super Sentai did it once. It worked great for them. You know, oh, they're unearthing their Zords. So I wonder if this gave him the idea to be like, hey, in Turbo, I want to go ahead and make a kid into a Ranger next one. Because isn't there a line in the end here where Tommy's like, hey, maybe one day you'll be a Power Ranger or something like that, right? So I'm wondering if Saban was like, I love that Goldar is just. TDP says, I have a MMPR Season 3 pillowcase with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers forms on one side and the Ninja Rangers on the other side. Currently using it. I had this since my childhood, and I'm surprised I still have the pillowcase. Too bad I no longer have my toys. Yeah, sometimes I do wish I had my old toys. But that's cool that you kept onto the pillowcase, though. Oh, he's very much alive. Holy crap. He's like, I'm not dead. I'm just all skeletons. That's that's a cool uh practical dinosaur looking thing, man. That's at least it looks like it's rather practical. Oh, yo, I wish they had. Is there like a behind the scenes on how they did this dinosaur thing? It's obvious. Oh, that's what he was talking about. That's the tree that they were like doing the flips on. This is pretty genius. Johnny Bush does tell a really great story about them being on set together with Tommy. That Tommy injured himself. That Tommy injured himself because they were trying to do stunts, or like they were just goofing around on set. Like they were trying to run up that tree that you saw Tommy run up. That Johnny Bosch was supposed to spot him while they were goofing around, and he said, he's like, for some reason he like got a huge running start, more than normal, and he hit that running start, and he said instead of like just going up maybe like 3 and then doing the backflip, he says he just Jason David Frank JDF just kept running up the damn tree, and Johnny said he just kept staring up, like just looking at him, like wondering where he's gonna stop, and he said before he knew it, he was coming down like head first, and he's like, I can't catch all his body weight. So Johnny says he just moved out of the way, and JDF wound up like falling and hurting himself. They said that the reason why you don't see Tommy's face very much in the rollerblading scene is because of that accident, because Johnny didn't catch JDF, and he like messed up the side of his face and things like that. So he says when you look at the rollerblading scene, that's one of the reasons why you don't see Tommy's face very much in that scene. Yeah, we have a panel for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We have a panel that we recorded back in 2014 at Comic Palooza, where Johnny talks about that exact story. I always did like the designs of these Zords here, man. These Ivan Ooze Zords. Was a scorpion, and what's the other one? Like a mantis or something? What is the other one? Like a bug? What is that? Yeah, it looks like a mantis or something. I don't know. Turbo Studio says this film and the Ninja Turtles 1990 movie are the perfect films to watch back to back. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, man. Definitely agree with that. Ram Jim says on YouTube, there's the making of the Power Rangers the movie. Oh, I'll have to find that out. I'll have to look at that. See, another dynamic shot of the team in a different formation. The anticipation, man. The acting performance by JDF in here. He was a much better actor as a kid. Terminator says the ninja suits in this movie are better than on the TV show, but though they were similar, the movie didn't cover their entire face. I know in the TV show they covered them, so you won't see the stuntmen. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad that they at least adapted that. While they maybe didn't look as great, I am glad that they at least adapted it. I always thought it was a great carryover from the movie to the series. Not something you see very often. People didn't like the CGI. TDP says I can understand that. I can understand that. Special effects wise, don't necessarily hold up the greatest. Not all the time. Some of the effects do. Yeah, JDF also didn't know how to, or what he had no idea how to rollerblade very well. They do make fun of him because of that. There. Oh, I remember when I did I interviewed Karen Ashley, and and I remember when she was doing like my opening, she was like, "It's time to boogie with the bear, baby." Boogie with the bear, I love it. Another great fight sequence. Oh damn, Rocky, that was Rocky. You really just caused more of a problem there, man. Your leaping ability. That's why you're not the frog and you're the big ass gorilla, man. Because you shouldn't be making jumps like that. Leave that to Adam. Yeah, you botched that one, brother. Oh, nice. Good job, Rocky. Whoa, all right. Let's rock his world. The lines, man. The lines. Gay Jason. What's up, Jason? Appreciate you coming through. JB JB says what are you doing, Billy? Oh, that's a cool move. Haha, that's a cool move. JB says what says Kim as a damsel, not a fan of. Yeah, we don't really get to see her in there too much. I mean, she was just kicking ass on her own earlier, so we know that she's more than capable. But hey, listen, sometimes you bump into enemies that are a little bit a little bit too much for you. So I get it. I get it definitely for sure. But I feel like every once in a while, that's all right. Everybody needs help. But trust me, I know Kimberly's more than capable of. Like, we saw it earlier in the movie. Oh, I was a big fan of that corkscrew kick. Jason says, "Hi, I'm new here." Well, hey, welcome, Jason. I appreciate you joining us today. Hopefully, you're following along with us for the movie. But yeah, we've been enjoying this thoroughly so far. Turbo Studio says, "I told my 8-year-old brother that I used to rent the VHS of this film from Blockbuster all the time. His response, 'What's a VHS and what's Blockbuster?' I failed as an older brother." I mean, hey, he should know Blockbuster, I feel like. Has it Blockbuster been gone that long? These or the 2017 reboot suits. I would say, I no, I'm definitely a 1995 guy. I like both. I like both, but if I had to choose one or the other, the 1995 ones, 1995 ones for sure, man. Ooh, they found their powers. This was another great scene. I don't know why I always love that scene, seeing their Zords and their powers like going around them. This was always neat too. Them entering their medallion. That was I always love that. They got the glow like the last dragon or something. What's going on there? Got the power. Do it. Teleportation, baby. It's the finest. But yes, for me, the 1995 suits. I like both suits. I certainly don't mind them at all. But if I had to choose, the 1995 suits just look fantastic. I mean, they pay homage to the actual suit itself from the show, but it's upgraded. I'm sure, like I said, 40 pounds uncomfortable, but it looks great on screen. Yeah, see, special effects don't hold up too great, and I don't even know if they. Some of the effects weren't that great even back in the day, but they did the best they could. I really was a fan of these Zords though. I love they say Angel Grove has never before seen such devastate. Really, really, I'm pretty sure you've got one hell of a bill, your insurance bill for just building all these damn new buildings every episode. Me too. Goldar. I love Goldar in this movie too. That streak of hope coming through, man. I love, yeah, I love it. Man, some of these shots in this movie are gonna make me go and change the background on my laptop, man. There's some great shots. If I can find some really Ninja Crane Zord, Ninja Wolf Zord, Ninja Frog Zord, Ninja Ape Zord, Ninja Bear. Time to boogie with the bear, baby. Ninja Falcon Zord. Yo, the Falcon Zord was always one of my favorite, and the Red Thunder Dragon Zord was always one of my favorite. Zord Schmorts. Yo, you can't. Oh, that was, dude. I always love that move. Tommy doing the backflip into his Falcon. Nice stereo. Kim with the great lines. Listen, some of these lines are so cheesy, but listen, they fit. Some, I guess, if you consider the fact that they're Power Rangers, the lines I feel like just work so well for this movie. But damn, some of them are so cheesy. But it's like you immediately know the connection. Like you get it with their characters. We're in trouble. Something's come along and it's burst our bubble. Yo, I used to love this too. Man, this get see. You bring back some damn nostalgic ass memories here. So everybody now wears purple because ooze is cool. Like, who has all that purple gear? Ugly booty. What's up? What's up, ugly? Appreciate you coming through. Terminator says CGI so cringy back then. Yeah, it was. I feel like it might even been cringy even then. Sorry, Tommy, that was a terrible line. Somebody call for an exterminator. I did think that they did their Zords pretty well, though. Like, I think for me, the nighttime is what it's all about. The night battle is really what works for this movie. Because I can almost tell you, if this was in the daytime, the Zords would look nowhere near as great as they did. JB says, what says the lines fit the time period? Most definitely, JB. The nighttime scene definitely helps the CG for here, like especially during this Zord battle. Like, cause like the designs aren't that bad. The designs look great, but sometimes you it's super obvious. The morning stuff for sure. Do we get like individual Zord battles in the 2017 one? Like, did they all show off what they were capable of doing, or we didn't even get that either? Was it just like, let's form up? Time to boogie with the bear. Yo, can Aisha get some offense in, man? Oh, this was always cool. I love all their unique cockpits too. Dang, she got a sunroof in there? Fred's just like, I'm just going to push buttons. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hopefully, we'll get to our destination. That's such a great line. Here comes the pink little ranger. Oh, you think she's cute too, huh? I love it, Goldar. No, which button? See, she's just got to smash buttons too. Oh, we gotta give Adam some more weapons on that frog, man. I mean, his tongue action is just not doing it, man. I mean, well, he's got electricity maybe, but can a brother get something else? I always love seeing the Falcon Zord do this. I did own the Falcon Zord once. That's how I always pictured my Falcon Zord coming in from the sky, missiles just ready to launch, folded in like that. It was always a great move, great look of the show's continuity. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I thought he was gonna say pissed off, but he said angry. Whoa, he's turning to ooze himself. Go get him, booger man. What'd you get, TDP, for your dessert? Happy birthday to your aunt, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Turbo Studios, maybe I don't know why maybe Saban figured Maybe he can do it better. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't always the biggest fan of the ooze face on this Zord. Oh, get it. Ninja Megazord. This was always great, too, to definitely let you see how the Zord transforms and everything. Perfect. The theme. Love it. But that wolf's got to be bigger, man. That toy train set. I love it. The model piece, man. Turbo says, I love this cover of the I love this cover of the Power Rangers theme. Yeah, me too. It actually holds up well. Oh, I always thought this was a cool move. Yeah, Kimberly is definitely the second in command on this team. Oh, man. Yeah, that building's going to need construction. Faux show. Man, they really do have Kimberly out front a lot in this movie. Completing the sequence with the sweet ass wings. I did own this. Did I own? I own the Falcon. I don't know if I own the whole Zord though. Justin, what's up, Justin? Appreciate you coming through. I love this movie. Did you know, according to the director, the entire city shots being destroyed are real, except for the Zords and the robots? That sucks. Hopefully, they had a really great cleanup crew, man. Leap to our doom. Come on, kids. Let's some chop blocks or something. Start taking your parents down. I will say this. While I like the idea and concept of having him hit Ryan's comet, did they reference that comet at all in the beginning of this movie? Like, if it was something that, like, Billy was studying in the beginning, so we knew that the comet was, like, at least out there that could be used, you know what I mean? Then his plan would have even been even more stellar, honestly. But the fact he's like, Ryan's comet, huh? That's my reaction, like Kimberly. Where the hell did that come from? How do you know it's like perfect time for that to be here, you know? Dude, that's gotta be painful as hell. Just blasting these kids with these water hoses in the back. Turbo Studio says the comment was referenced right after the skydiving scene. Thank you, Turbo. Thank you. My stuff is low over here on my side, so I might have missed some things here or there. Is that have you hugged your Zords today? For emergency use only. Yo, I always love that move. I love that. Listen, the Power Rangers are like, yo, we trying to save the day. All right? By any means necessary. I loved it. That's such a that's such a villain thing to do. But they're like, you know what? Good job, Aisha, for emergencies only. Right? I've been saying they haven't really. Aisha to be getting her ass kicked. I feel like, you know what? We're gonna let you be the one to kick this man in his groin. TDP says when I was a kid watching this movie, I never seen the movie 100 times as a kid. Never knew Super Sentai existed. Yeah, me either. Ugly says in the movie we're allowed kick in the balls, but not the TV show. What's the difference? Still Power Rangers? Saban? JB says, what says they mentioned it in the beginning? Yeah. Turbo Studios just let me know. Again, I do have my television a little bit low, and I don't have the subtitles on. I probably should have put the subtitles on, too. So I probably missed the reference. It was probably super quick, but I missed it. At least we don't have any, like... I love that by Johnny. He has that look over everybody else. He has like no emotion. He like looks at everybody. He's like, "Oh, I should be sad." And he like puts his head down. Everybody else looks so heartbroken. Adam's just like, "Poor Zordon." Oh. At least we didn't have any like Tobey Maguire ugly cry faces in here. This was a cool shot too. So if they healed everything, why does Zordon then go back to being stuck in his thing? Right? Like, why couldn't they just have healed that version of Zordon right there? Like, this old man just becomes young and strong again, and he's, like, out. See, he's awake. And he should be like, I'm free. No, I'm trapped again like a freaking genie. TDP says, I wonder, are they reversing time? If it's reversing time, then yeah, then that would probably make more sense to me than them actually healing him. I mean, maybe it's a combination of both, but of course, Bulk and Skull telling their side of the story. The Silver Ranger. Okay. Okay. Jason may have some words for you there, but you might have to pick another color, but that's okay. Yo, Amy Jo Johnson looks so fine in this movie. You're killing me, Kim. You're killing me, Kim. Power Rangers, Bulk and Skull. Yo, I love those two, man. I'm sorry. I don't know if we'll ever get a comic duo like those two again. What a great ending. Yeah, this movie. Look, man, this movie was a classic, man. This movie is a classic. If you're a Power Ranger fan, it's a classic. Look, CG doesn't hold up the greatest. Um, the dialogue can be missed, but there are some really great lines in this movie. And somebody said it earlier in the stream, like, I wish we had like Jason, Zach, and Trini in here. And yeah, I definitely think so, also to a certain extent. But I'm really happy with what we got here with Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. Some really great frog moments, for Adam at least. Oh, Goldar. Oh, they're back. Yeah, he might want to get out of his seat. Something's coming, and it's burst our bubble. Yeah, yeah. Oh. TDP says, I can't wait to do a watch along the Turbo Power Rangers movie. Yeah, maybe not. I've only seen that movie once. I'd rather not revisit it. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. I will make the sacrifice for the channel. I will sacrifice an hour and a half of my life for the channel, guys. So yeah, we will do that. Instead of doing a 2017 movie one, I'll perhaps do the Turbo one next. I will say this: I've only watched Turbo season like maybe twice in my life. Um, so yeah, it'll be interesting. For me, it'll very much be a refresher course, and just kind of a perspective of somebody on the outside who maybe wasn't the biggest fan of Turbo or watches it very much, um, to kind of give you guys my thoughts on it too. Because yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen it. Bacon Sushi says movies over already. Yeah, way too fast. I totally agree. Only an hour and a half. This was the shortest one that we've ever done, man. Ugly says so glad. Ugly says so glad the theme song for the movie wasn't recycled for the 2017 reboot during the Zord fight. I actually didn't mind this theme for the movie, but I am glad that they didn't reuse it. It definitely keeps it unique to this particular film. And we got a small tease of the original, I believe, in the 2017 reboot. I don't know if did we get a full new cover on it? I don't recall. Stinky says APlus Morphinominal this weekend. Yes. But yeah, man, guys, that was a great movie. It was fun to see it. Listen, it's not going to win any Oscars anytime soon. But listen, I think as an introductionary movie to the Power Rangers, or like for a kid and things like that, this movie is epic, man. This movie is epic to a kid, especially if you grew up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I gotta think that, like, looking at this movie, I gotta think this was a huge success for kids that did go ahead and see it. That absolutely loved this probably in the movie theaters. I know I certainly did when I saw it originally. But yeah, it's great in regards to it still pays true to the television series, but it gives us new things, upgraded suits, brand new weapons, introduces us to brand new characters and things like that. that really kind of, sticks around in Power Ranger lore in a sense, right? Like all us fans at least recognize this movie sort of thing. So, while I think it was Turbo Studios, right? I think you mentioned the idea that, is it non-canon or continuity or something like that from season 3 kind of changed it. Um, it still holds up to me. Like for me, this is like my origin story for for these powers. I don't care what the fucking television show says, but that's just me. But I've always loved this. I always really enjoyed the aspects of this film. Listen, when it comes to the 2017 movie, it was definitely a movie that I certainly enjoyed. There were some really great aspects to it that I fell in love with. From the cast, I thought the cast was absolutely great. I honestly thought the storyline was really solid, but it missed on the Power Ranger aspect of things, and so decent film, but I could definitely understand why it didn't make the money that it certainly did. And I will say this after rewatching this, but again, the 2017 movie is a film that I certainly enjoyed. I will say this: I do like this movie better. If I had to pick out of the two, I do like this. I do like this movie better. Maybe it's just the nostalgia factor in me. I just think they utilized things a little bit better than perhaps what this current movie did. But again, I mean, I feel like you can have both. You know what I mean? I don't think that there has to be an either or. I think sometimes we live in a society where it's like, you got to either like this one or you got to like this one. I think you can like either or. And I do think that each movie is definitely its own individual. Its own individual film, right? Like the 2017 film didn't try and do a reboot of this movie, right? It still tried to do its own thing and still present us with characters just in maybe a different form, a different light that we hadn't seen before. I mean, goodness, they gave us Jason, Zach, and Trini, at least, where we didn't certainly get that here in this movie also, right? So it definitely was its own film, and I think it tried to do something significantly different. And I think for some people it hit, for some people it missed. For me, it definitely hit. But I was highly disappointed in the lack of fighting and just Power Ranger aspects of the film that I would have liked to have seen explored just a little bit more. So for me, overall, while I think like the 2017 film clearly has better, has a better budget certainly behind it and things like that, I think as far as just really being true to the television show, this movie definitely nailed it, and I thought it did a really good job in regards to doing that. So it sucks, I do want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about the movie aspects of these two films, the original and Turbo, because I would like to see how much I would like to learn more, because like I'm a box office guy. Like I love movies in general, so I want to go back and just kind of see again what each movie made, what the profit might have been, how much they made overall, just to kind of see like what happened between this film and say like Turbo, for it to just kind of fall by the wayside like that. I mean, it was just a bad film, so people probably just didn't go out to see it, honestly. Turbo at least. But I feel, look, I thought this movie, let me see if I can bring this up again. Let me see if I can bring this up here again. Because I do have Box Office Mojo already here on my phone. Let me put in the Power Rangers movie. Let me see which one it gives me. 1995. So this movie, why doesn't it tell me on this page? It said worldwide 66 million, but I feel like this movie, I want to say that the budget itself was like 13 million or something like that. So it definitely made its money back, I certainly feel like. I will say this also, one last thing. I think the difference nowadays of the idea of being able to make a look, I don't think Power Rangers is. I think we have to. Power Rangers, I don't think is ever going to get to where it used to be back in the 90s as far as just its popularity goes. This movie greatly benefited from the popularity and Power Rangers really just being on all cylinders at this time. I mean, the craze was a real deal back in the day. So, and this movie highly benefited from that particular craze. You look now at movies and people are like, why is it so hard to bring Power Rangers back? I just think maybe that era and time is just kind of gone in a sense, right? Like this 2017 movie didn't have that momentum on its on its back like the previous ones did. It I find like that movie was also trying to maybe have a hard time balancing out sort of what it wanted to sort of be for itself. But I think because of the fact that we don't have, say, a brand new team of Rangers that we can kind of get behind and grow up with them over a certain number of years, right? And then plant that cast into the movie, similar to what they did here, I don't think you can capture that type of magic again because I feel like we knew these characters already. You know what I mean? Whereas when you're creating a brand new film, now you have to establish these characters all over again, right? From who they are, their backgrounds, and things like that to the general public. Whereas this movie, look, you saw it, right? This movie came out what 3 years into 2.5, 3 years into the show's popularity, and they have an opening crawl that gives you an immediate breakdown of Zordon and Alpha and how that whole aspect works into things. And we just get introduced to our Rangers, right? We don't have to spend that time of a backstory. So we can legit just get into, hey, here's our Rangers. Here's the beginning premise. This is the danger. This is what they got to defeat. Let's get into it, right? Whereas nowadays, we don't have a team of Rangers. We just don't. The team of Rangers, listen, our Rangers are on television. They're never going to get to that point of where they were anymore because they just won't allow them to. They can. I do think that they can. But the direction that they're, because we have been so distant from growing a cast and growing into these relationships with people, this cast, that it's difficult just to put something on page and just get people 100% behind it, right? Because that's why we went out. Not only because it was a Power Ranger film, but we knew these characters already at the end of the day. And while, yes, we know Jason, Zach, Trini, Billy, Kimberly, while we know that, and they're reutilizing those characters from 2017, they still gave us a different tone, right? So we had to get brand new origin stories and things like that, right? It couldn't be just from the television show any longer. So now you've got to build that growth up, right? And so I just think it's just a different time, and I think just the way that Power Rangers is going, the way that it's formatted, I think probably really keeps it. I think really keeps it from just being that blockbuster that it truly can be. I do think Power Rangers can make a successful movie. I do think they can. But I can see why maybe it's been so hard to kind of do since the Mighty Morphin era, if that makes sense, But I don't know. Those are just thoughts while I was just watching the movie. Like, man, I love this cast. And while they're not they're not movie actors per se, clearly you can see that, right? But we knew them and we had these personal relationships with them, so it was very easy to just go on this sort of journey with them. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. Hopefully we'll get a new one though, right? We've got Paramount out there with some writers and directors trying to form this particular movie that they want to go ahead and create for us. So hopefully we will get ourselves another successful Power Ranger movie in our time. But let me see who else is here, guys. Thank you very much for definitely joining me today for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers of the movie, man. I'm glad we got the opportunity to check this out. We do have another watch along that will be on Friday. We're doing Avengers Endgame. That is on Disney Plus, so you guys can watch that with us if you'd like, or if you have the actual copy itself. But yeah, Disney Plus, Avengers Endgame on Friday. I may do another watch along tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe a last minute one. I'm thinking Captain Marvel, just because I felt a certain way about that movie and I want to revisit it. And since we're getting into Endgame, I thought maybe it would be cool to revisit, since we're gonna do Endgame on Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. But I think the next Power Ranger movie I'll do will probably be Turbo. I'll probably end up doing that next week for you guys, so definitely look out for that. Let's see here. A couple of people saying goodbye because we're about to wind down. I don't know why my timer's still going. Let me turn off this timer. I just let the music play, and all of a sudden, Terminator says, good night, guys. Going to have dinner, watch some old school APlus Morphinominal videos. Have a good night, Terminator. Thank you for coming through. Doomsday certainly out of here. Ugly heading out too. Thank you for having me. Hey, appreciate you coming through. Thank you very much. Yes, I am staying indoors, practicing my social distancing at its finest. At its finest. Bacon and Sushi says, I'm gonna watch this entire watch along again. Then some Arrowverse. We'll definitely enjoy Bacon and Sushi. Hey, you're a big fan of Captain Marvel? Captain Marvelous. No, we're talking about Captain Marvel possibly for tomorrow. Have a good one, Stinky. But hey, guys, thank you very much, everybody, for certainly joining me here today. Yeah, we will be back later on this week with some extra content, and of course, back on Saturday for a brand new episode of APlus Morphinominal for you guys. Saturday, noon Central Time for your Power Ranger and Super Sentai talk. So definitely join us then. In the meantime, guys, do me a big favor. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep it APlus. I'll talk to you later. Bye.